All right, people, I'm in shock at what I'm hearing right now in Cleveland Browns right now. Sports Time Ohio with the Browns Insider. You know, I'm in shock right now what I'm hearing from a certain individual on there, a female person on that show right now, saying that the Cleveland Browns would have probably won a couple more games with Colt McCoy in as quarterback than Brandon Weeden. Can you believe that? A couple more games? You mean to tell me the high school offense that we would have to put on that field, you know, the one that's dummied down because of Colt McCoy's inadequate arm strength, who can't throw the ball downfield? You one that just throws everything underneath, where the defense just sit and cover all the underneath routes? That offense is going to win 2 more games than the one led by Brandon Weeden? You're telling me that offense? You mean that offense with Josh Gordon, who would be irrelevant in it? You even said so yourself that we have to incorporate Josh Cribbs now if you bring back McCoy. Josh Cribbs, a kick return. That offense is going to score more and do better and win 2 more games than the one led by Brandon Weeden. That offense? That high school offense with Colt McCoy? That offense? Are you kidding me? Look, I understand that Colt McCoy is a pretty boy and Brandon Weeden's not a pretty boy. But the last time I checked, there's only one pretty boy in the NFL that's elite, and that's goddamn Tom Brady. I mean, Peyton Manning ain't no pretty boy, but he's elite. Brandon Weeden, who had a bad game Sunday, and I attribute that to Pat Shurmur in the air with the play call and bringing it in late. You need to get a play in right away. You can't get a play call in late, this and that. I attribute it to that. I mean, this kid's got Pat Shurmur in his hair. He's got this guy in his hair with Childress. We've seen what Weeden can do. We know he's a good quarterback. A hell of a lot better than... Look, Colt McCoy had 22 games in the NFL the last 2 years. 22 games. And in them 22 games, we got blown out virtually every game we played against a good team. Every game. Well, now the first year we beat the Patriots in the... what do you call it? The Saints in consecutive weeks, and we should have won a Jets game, this and that. But what happened the following year? That's when we had managing. The following year, teams got a book on them right now, and guess what happened? We had no offense. We had no offense when we beat them teams. The kid is strictly an underneath throw. He's a high school quarterback. That's all he is. He's never going to be viable in the NFL. I know Trent Dilfer said, because they share the same agent, and they're both men of faith, this and that he could be a good quarterback somewhere. I know. Trent Dilfer, what have you done in the NFL to give you any justification about telling anyone who's a good quarterback? You quarterback this 99 Ravens to a Super Bowl win, the defense that was one of the best in NFL history behind the Chicago Bears in 1985. But don't come out here and tell me that you believe the Browns could have won 2 more games with Colt McCoy as quarterback. Because that wouldn't tell me that all teams would sit on the soft, short zone and the Colt wouldn't have nowhere to throw the ball. Not to mention the fucking quick slant. He couldn't make that throw. He could not make the easiest throw in football. It always was behind, over the head, at the feet, behind, over the head, at the feet, behind, over the head, at the feet, behind, over the head, at the feet. Colt McCoy is not an NFL quarterback. He's a career backup. He's no better than Seneca Wallace. And not to mention that Josh Gordon wouldn't even be useful on this team with Colt McCoy. Because Colt McCoy can't throw the ball downfield. And he can't be accurate on his short intermediate passes because he can't throw the simple out. Anyone can throw the same route, the easiest throw in football. So, I mean, really, if you're going to come out here and base it on football performance, and you're going to tell me that Colt McCoy could have led this Cleveland Browns team to 2 more wins, you're crazy. You're crazy. No. This isn't a model contest. We don't have crushes on NFL players here. This is a sport with football players, and we put the best players with the best potential to win games. And I'm sure the coaching staff of the Cleveland Browns knows a little better than that. Although they don't know how to call plays because we have a running back right now that's supposed to be, many consider real good, don't touch the ball that much. 3rd down, he's out of the game. The play call in Cleveland is atrocious. I'm going to tell you why it's atrocious. I love going for a 3rd and 1, taking a deep threat, which got Josh Gordon perfectly thrown ball right in his hand, should have caught. Not to mention the one Greg Little should have caught against Baltimore. Remember that one? Yeah, I agree with that. But when you do that, you got to go for it on 4th down and 1. You're saying to yourself, look, we're going to take a shot in the end zone. We don't get it, we're going to go up to the line and just going to run the ball up the middle. That's what you're saying to yourself. Now, maybe Brandon Weeden does stare down his receivers. I agree with that. However, it's his 8th game. All right, 8th game with a horrible offensive play caller. I mean, horrible offensive. Not Pat Shurmur. I'm talking Pat Shurmur. Pat Shurmur. Look, Pat Shurmur. You hired a guy for a reason. He should be in Weeden's ear, not your ass. Shouldn't have to go from this guy down to you to this guy. Shouldn't be that way. What is the quickest way to 2 points? That guy to that guy, not this guy to you to them. Do you understand logistics? That guy to this guy. Childress, Weeden, boom. Right? See that? Childress, Weeden, boom. Childress, Shermer, Weeden. But here's the problem. Childress to Shermer, here's Shermer. Oh, I want this play. Oh, I'm going to change it. But you got this to Weeden. Childress, Shermer, who makes up his mind 10 seconds later, to fucking Weeden. That's the problem. I don't want to hear any more talk about Colt McCoy in Cleveland. He had his time. Do you understand? He had his time. He had a better coaching staff with Mangini. All right? Mangini's 100 times better. They should have never fired him than the Shermer guy. He had better coaches. He had better coaches. And he couldn't get it done. So don't talk that Colt McCoy crap out of here. If he was so good, we couldn't give him away. No one wanted him. We tried to give him to anybody, but no one wanted him. Now, I suspect that his 6-foot diminutive height might have something to do with that, plus his cream puff arm. But it ain't even accurate anymore. The guy's not accurate. We have a guy that can make every throw in the NFL right now. You're going to roll with him. If by some fluke of nature he comes out next year and doesn't play well this and that, we have to draft a quarterback. But we've seen 22 games with Colt fucking McCoy. And I told you, he's not an NFL quarterback and never will be one. He'll be riding the bench on some National Football League team for the next 10 to 12 years. He'll never play. He is the 2010 version, 2012-15 version of Eric fucking Zaire. That's what he is, and that's what he's always going to be. All right? This is the National Football League. It's not a beauty contest. It's where men play. Men play that have abilities. So, I had to turn the channel off. Usually I like watching that show, but when I heard that, when I heard someone talking about Colt McCoy, we could win 2 more games with Colt McCoy. I'm not sold on this. You got it. You bring back Tony Grossi, please. This is absurd. I mean, look, new owner, Haslam, bring him back. This is absurd. I don't want to hear this Colt McCoy talk anymore. We've seen 22 games with a dummy-down high school offense. I don't want to see it no more. I don't. And I'm sure 99.9% of the Cleveland community don't want to see it either. The other 4% happen to be one on that show, and the rest of Colt McCoy's family that live in Cleveland still for some fucked up reason. Get me some fucking Jaeger. I got a bottle of Jaeger. I'm starting to drink again. Fuck this. I can't take it.